Now we can come in and start clarifying and separating the features and creating more depth, because we can come in and where would it be darker? Well, every time I go to something darker, another darker value, it is going to be in probably a smaller area. And so I can work on some of these little shapes. I can work on showing the contour between here and here. Let's go ahead and turn this around. Take advantage of my best stroke. And let's go ahead and deepen up some of these values. It's going to be a lot easier with my HB. Still, for the most part, we're having the same amount of pressure. This is how I can really know that I'm utilizing my pencil properly. I can utilize the gradations on the graded pencil, know what to expect, because I've standardized my pressure. This, when I increase these values, these darkest places, it's going to help me go back in and now put the 2H where the 4H was. And it is allowing me to put the 2H where the 4H is, and now going into a brand new area and putting my 4H in there, because I'm extending it out and traveling closer to the apex of a curve, which I don't want to do all at once. Okay. So let's just try and get enough value in here. I'm starting to kind of get a feel for the eyelashes. They're kind of hanging over the eye. I'm trying to pay attention to the direction of my curves so that I can duplicate, the arc. I want to take into consideration where it would be darker. It would be darker probably at the top. So even if I had to back that off a little bit, I would want to do that. Here's a lighter value. It looks like it's still quite dark at the bottom here, but still overall the principle is the pupil would be the darkest, or at least as dark as anything else, and then I want to shade things down from that. So let's come in here. Clarifying things, even in this case, I don't want this to be too bright. Even though it's the white of the eye, I don't want to think white, because you'll see that the highlights, the skin value is even lighter than that. But the contrast, the dark here and the dark here with my HB, has allowed me to come back in and now tone that down just a little bit. It still is going to look like a white, but it pushes it back to where it isn't necessarily just a sparkle at that point. And then when we do add a sparkle, if we're going to do that with this, we can go ahead and draw attention, because we'll have that great contrast. But I don't want the white of the eye to be too bright.